Well, he really needs no introduction, but I'm going to throw it back 30 years ago, 1996, on the PA, Reynolds Coliseum. At guard, a 6-foot freshman from Greensboro Day High School, number 12, Justin Gainey.
Hey.
That's how it was then. Now you will be introduced as the head coach of NC State. How does that hit you?
It's still surreal. It's like a surreal moment when we landed, driving on the campus, just seeing how much the campus has grown and evolved, and man, just thinking about, you know, when I first arrived here as a freshman in 1996, and now it's 2026, and it's just amazing. It's surreal. I'm super excited to lead the Wolfpack men's basketball program.
What were your thoughts, what were your emotions when the moment hit that I'm going to be the head coach at NC State?
You know, I got the call, and, you know, I almost had to do a double take at my phone. But when it sunk in, and it still doesn't feel like it's sunk in, it still feels like, you know, just feels surreal. But it's a dream come true. It's somewhere, it's something that I've always had in the back of my mind when I started my coaching career. Like, I love to lead the program that developed me and that helped me become the man that I am today in all facets, you know, on the court, off the court. The development I got here was so important to my life.
You got to have talent to win, but as a coach, you got to work with that talent. What do you think are key ingredients to be a good head coach?
I've had the opportunity to be around a lot of really good coaches, and I still consider those guys friends and mentors to this day. And I've been able to take a little bit from all of them to help develop my philosophy and my beliefs, you know. And, you know, the keys that I walk away with are, one, you have to develop these young men. You have to develop them. And, you know, guys want to come in at different talent levels, at different stages in, you know, ages, different stages in life. And it's always a development process. And the best guys I've been around have taken great pride and been very detailed in the development of those young men. You have to hold them accountable. Mm-hmm. Accountability is king. And some guys don't know what that looked like, some do. But it's all relative. The accountability levels that we're going to need here at NC State is to a championship level. And that's where, you know, you can't waver, right? You can't. You have to pull each and every person to the standard, right? And the standard is the standard. It doesn't change for individuals. The standard is set. Everybody from player 15 to the head coach, administrative assistant, director of basketball operations, everybody is held to that standard.
Everybody loves a team that'll score 90 points, but if you give up 92, you lose. Your philosophy on defense, particularly the last few years as a defensive coordinator, what is your philosophy on defense and how critical is it to success of a program?
From a philosophical standpoint, we want to be tough. We want to be tough. You know, relentless in our execution of our defensive game plan, and, you know, the toughness that will come not only from a physical standpoint. We plan on being physically tough, but also mentally. Late game, understanding the moment, understanding what ball screen coverage we're going to be in. A toughness to block out every single time to finish the possession. You know, the toughness to remember to be in your passing lanes. We also want to be connected. We want to play together. There's not, you know, there's 5 people involved in ball screen action. It's a team defensive effort. You know, you got to have a fix-it mentality, okay? There may be a breakdown somewhere. Who's going to have their teammates back? Who's going to help fix it and make plays when things might not go as planned?
Recruiting now is two-pronged. You have your high school recruiting, which is a little longer road to get to know somebody. You have your portal recruiting where you have a short window. How different is it recruiting both of those, but is the message the same?
They're unique, right? Both of them, you have similarities in the fact that, and I think it gets lost a lot in this new model of, the NIL, that everything is transactional. And I disagree. I think at the base of everything, it comes down to relationships. It comes down to trusting in somebody. And so it is the young man and his family and his circle trusting me, and it's me and my staff trusting that young man. Look, we're going to try to recruit the best of the best athletes, but we will not take a back seat to character. And the way you get to know somebody's character is developing that relationship with them. And that's what we're going to do, whether it's a high school recruitment and we're recruiting a kid for 3 years, right? It gives you more time to develop that relationship. Or if it's with a portal guy where it's a 1-month recruitment, which, is expedited, but you got to go and ask the right questions and talk to the right people and be meticulous about the detail of the intel that you're getting on these guys.
So you did not start your career in coaching. You started in sports administration here at NC State in 2006 with Sidney Lowe. What made you want to take that step into coaching?
To be honest, at first, I didn't really want to get into coaching. But after playing overseas, I came back and I was playing a lot of basketball because I was still in shape. I'd had my oldest son, Jordan. So I still had that bug, but I was looking for something different. And Coach Lee Fowler offered the opportunity to me to be almost like an assistant to the athletic director. And I'd been in the department for a couple years, and then Sidney came on, and then I was able to come over in an administrative role. And when I was there, being able to interact with the players, the energy that it gave me being around them, being on the floor with them, just watching them and them asking me, hey, what do you think about, hey, if you were in this moment, what would you do? And man, once those questions start going, my mind started racing, and I wanted to serve those guys. I wanted to mentor those guys and be able to share my experiences with them. And that's what really drove me to it. And it was one day I talked to my wife, and it was like, you know what, I think I want to coach. And it just kind of, the bug took off and it grew from there.
Describe yourself as a player here at NC State at the critical position of point guard.
The thing I thought I did the best at, I thought I was really competitive. I probably thought I was better than I was. And looking at that footage, I would agree. But I was really competitive. I hated to lose. And so, when in practice every day, after practice, in the summer, like my whole mindset was, I got to get better, right? Because I knew that each year there was somebody coming in behind me that, whether the coaching staff was, again, they were building a roster to compete for ACC championships. And so, you got good players coming behind you. And, that was my motivation. Looking at me on that video, 6 foot, that slighter frame, not overly fast or quick, didn't shoot it great, but I thought my toughness kept me on the floor. My relentlessness on the defensive end. I still remember winning we didn't have the dry fit shirts back then, it was cotton, but we had the King Rat shirts, right? Those were the guys that did all the dirty work, did the loose balls and 50-50 balls and guarded. But Coach Sendek, I would win the King Rat shirt, but that was my identity. That's who I was, and so I was, that's how I think I would describe myself.
Maybe you bring back the King Rat shirts here.
Maybe. Maybe. And you know what? I may dig in my old crates and see if I still got some of those little cotton shirts. Man, they weigh about 10 pounds when they got wet.
So in my previous career, I got a chance to cover you as a student athlete here, and I remember you as a player. Specifically, I remember a moment, the 1997 ACC tournament. You're a freshman. You played 4 games in 4 days. You played for the championship. You played every single minute of every single game at the tournament. That's not about skill, that's about will.
As I think back to that year for me, it was a roller coaster. Like, I started out playing a lot, got injured, didn't play as much. Come ACC tournament, I'm inserted into the lineup, right? And so it's like, you know, you went from not playing a lot to now never coming out. I had to be prepared for that moment. And if I would have sulked during the season, if I would have, you know, went to my parents, I want to transfer, or I'm not happy, my mindset wouldn't have been right when it came towards the end of that season. But my circle around me, figure it out. They didn't give me a shoulder to cry on. It's on you. You get better. I don't want to hear coach this, coach that. It's you. And that's what I did. I locked in, and I said, when my moment comes, I'm going to be ready. And when it came, I felt like I was as prepared as I possibly could be. And I remember coach asking me, like, hey, you need a blow? You need to come out? I'm good, coach. Like, I never want to come out. I've experienced sitting down on that bench. I never want to come out of the game. And he believed in me. He trusted in me. And, you know, kudos to the staff that I had. Like, they never gave up on me. We continued to work in the gym and to get better, and those guys kept pouring into me.
You have the uniqueness of, you played the last year in Reynolds Coliseum. You played in the first year at what is now the Lenovo Center. You don't have to Google the history of NC State basketball. How has it helped you to live the history of NC State basketball?
The history of NC State basketball, the universe, is so rich. It is so rich. And when I was here as a player, you felt it, you heard about it. And so the talk around the university, it was pride. Having that perspective as a guy that played here, a guy that has also coached here, has went away and now coming back, I don't think there's anybody that understands NC State to the capacity that I am. I'm so motivated and excited about this amazing opportunity to give back to the place that gave me so much.
We look forward to you adding your own chapter as a head coach at NC State.
Thank you very much.
Welcome home.
Thank you very much.